All right, Key West Mastermind, Cigar Peg, Robert Bradford, CSP. How are you, my friend?
Doing great, David.
So we just came back from this. It seems like years ago. It was just last week. Just last week. I can't believe it. Talk a little bit about some of the biggest takeaways and some of the biggest value that you got from it.
Well, I love that we had just some of the best minds in the speaking business there. And with everyone presenting, we had a chance to get the best material from the best people. I sound like Trump when I say that, but it really was some of the best people. And just the ability to dive deep with that and what I got to take home after the program was fabulous. I'm already incorporating a lot of it into my business plans for 2017.
So talk a little bit about the format. I know you and I are both excited about the format of the event, that there was sort of an equalizer effect, wasn't there?
Well, having everyone present meant that everybody was both a consumer of the content and a producer of the content, and we all got to choose either what we thought we were best at or what we thought would contribute the most to the group.
And then let's also talk, because obviously, the Mastermind, it's a fun event. People should know we have a tremendous amount of fun. So we work from about 9 o'clock in the morning to about lunchtime, 12:30, 1 o'clock. And then it's playtime. And we ended up playing quite a lot together. People can go off on their own, but they didn't. People can go do their own activities, but they didn't because of the bonding. Talk a little bit now that we're about a week after and you've got your notes, you've got your implementation, game plan, kind of what's the real take-home value now that you're home?
Well, absolutely. We called it playtime, but the afternoons when we were just hanging out and doing things around Key West, it was just fabulous to be able to, take individual people who are at this event aside and talk to them a little more deeply about the content they presented and how it applies to my own business. And that actually, it not only made it a more relaxing event than many I've been to, but also helped me really get a lot more out of the depth of the material.
Yes, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Well, and Chris Price joined us. Chris, so we decided to buddy up here. So we're having a little more of I know you're very subtle. Say, I'm just going to mute until they're done. But so chime in.
I realized I might have been screwing your thing up.
No, not at all. Not at all. So we were just talking about a couple of aspects. I'd love you to add to this about our Key West Mastermind from the Cigar Peg. Number one, Robert was mentioning about the peer-to-peer nature, that every consumer was also a presenter. Every presenter was also a consumer. And then we were just talking about what you just came on the tail end of is the take-home value. Now that we've been home for about a week, what were some of the implementable, actionable take-home items that you got to help grow your business and grow your revenue?
Yeah. I agree with all that. Well, one of the things that's interesting that, Robert, you're on here because how you showed us ClickFunnels and how that can help us in our business. I already used that with one of my clients. It's an internal project. I'm going to use that for some external stuff, but I'm using it actually to drip feed content to an internal group that's part of a project I'm doing.
Fabulous. Well, it's a super easy tool for putting content out and feeding it to people. So that's cool.
Yeah.
The other thing, and so I'll share some of my takeaways also. I'm just the guy with the Zoom account, so I'm not hosting this. I'm just I'm convening, really. Based on what you guys just shared, I think the other thing that's very important for folks to know is, depending on where you are in your business and what you're looking for and what you need, one or two of these sessions and one or two of these people, like these fabulously brilliant people like Chris Price, Robert Bradford, Donna St. Louis, Margaret Reynolds, the whole crew, all the folks that we're going to be talking to and interviewing for this, one or two of them are going to share something where you're going to say, oh my God, I'm working on that right now. I need that right now. And you'll be able to talk to these folks in the session, at the pool, over lunch, over dinner, when we're out and about buying silly t-shirts with each other. So my takeaway, I have this year-long Platinum Mastermind group that I had done last year, and I'd sort of said, well, not really happy with it, kind of putting it in mothballs. So one of our presenters comes. What does she talk about? Mastermind groups. How to structure them, how to run them, how to price them, how to make sure people get results from them, the different levels that she has. I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know that was her topic. And all the topics were outstanding, don't get me wrong. But that's what I'm saying is depending on where we are in our business and what we're working on right then and there, there's going to be some gold, some silver, and some bronze takeaways for everybody. But that was my goal. That's what really connected with me, simply because that's what I was working on in my own business.
You know, David, and to build on that, I think you bring up a good point is we know some people and we think we know what their topic is, but then when you get to spend this kind of intimate time with them over a couple of days, you realize that they're doing a lot of different things in their business that you can use, that you can adopt or you can adapt, and it's really a great experience. All right, Robert, it looks like it's you and I, because maybe
yeah, and that's cool. Yeah, I agree. 100%. And I took David's presentation on webinars and the structure that he presented, and I used it actually to redo my presentation that I did on Friday. And that not only was that a lot of fun and a little bit funny, I guess, but it was one of those things that I've really been wrestling with in my business, because I have so much content. But very often when I do webinars, I just sort of dump it out there and hope that it will lead people to come to my live seminars or to sign up for consulting. But David gave some really great ideas about how to structure what you present in a webinar so that you can make some money off it, which is an expertise David has.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think the other thing that may have emerged, and this is probably more for you guys than for me, I think there were some people there that you're thinking of now partnering with, or maybe having referral partnerships, and seeing where some of the other Cigar Peg members that are at this retreat, how you can start to use them, how they can start to use you, and 1 + 1 = 3 partnerships. Or is that correct?
Well, I'm already talking to one of the people who attended about pitching some material to a promoter I work with in Malaysia. So yeah, absolutely. That's it's one of the nice byproducts of these things when you're with some high level people. Not with just junior wannabe speakers, but these are everybody there was a real person, a real speaker, has a real going business, and that kind of thing is a natural outcome when you have those kind of gatherings.
Yeah.
Chris, how about you? I think there were some connections that you made as well. Yes.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, even I'll give you a couple examples. One of them that's recently emerging, and so Donna St. Louis was there, and I had the opportunity, in addition to the Mastermind, had the opportunity to drive down with her from Fort Lauderdale and learn more about her business and those masterminds, and in fact, her core expertise, the 6, this discipline that she uses in those masterminds. I'm considering bringing some of those concepts to our actual NSA chapter, because in our chapter, we want to encourage more people to get involved with masterminds, and it provides a real nice core for that. But in addition to that, another person who was there, you mentioned Margaret Reynolds, and in fact, some of the stuff that she does with helping businesses with planning and strategy, it seems like it's a real good fit with a client that I'm working with, that they want some stuff that frankly, it kind of takes me out of my expertise area, and it's a real good opportunity to partner. And so her and I are looking at some stuff with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so I think we hit all the high points. Let me ask each of you, if we were talking straight to someone who is considering applying, and that's the other cool thing, right, is that they don't take everybody. We don't take everybody. In fact, we might not come back next year. I'm not sure if we'll qualify next year.
Right.
One is there's an application process. So what would you say, and we'll go to Robert first, then we'll go to Chris. What would you say to someone who's on the fence? Should I apply? Is this worth my time? Is this worth a little bit of money? Is this, how is this going to really help me? What would you say to that person who's interested, but maybe on the fence, maybe has never experienced something like this before?
Well, I would say definitely you should go to this. Not only will you have a great time because, Ed Rigsby always puts on a great time, but you will develop much deeper connections with some really sharp speakers who can help propel your business forward. And you will also get an opportunity to share your content and learn some of the best content from some of the best speakers in the world. Not just anything, but things that will really help build your business. It'll do more for your business than almost anything I can imagine you doing in the next year.
Fantastic. How about you, Chris? Those thoughts for that person who's maybe thinking about applying. Maybe they think, they might think two things. They might think, oh, I'm so far above it all, I'm not gonna get anything. Or they may think, oh my gosh, this is like the A team, and I'm so intimidated, and I'm not sure I'd have anything to bring to the table. So maybe from those two perspectives, what are your thoughts?
I think one of the things, and it helps a person no matter where they are in their business, the beautiful thing about doing this event in Key West is that it's an opportunity to slow down and step back and get some perspective on your business. And I've talked to some people since I came back and they go, oh, were you there for vacation? And no, it wasn't a vacation. It was fun, but it was intense, and it was really a great opportunity to get a new perspective on my business. And so no matter where you are, and if you think, oh, well, my business is great or my business isn't all that great, we all need perspective. So I think that's really a useful part of it.
Yeah, and I'll just throw in my 2 cents. If you've never been part of a high-level mastermind where everyone is really coming in as a peer, and there are people that you might have, oh my God, that Robert Bradford, God, that guy's like super duper smart, expert, fantastic. Chris Price, holy crap, he's got a fantastic business. David Newman, awesome. The point is that you say, well, how am I going to play ball with these guys? You're going to apply. If you're accepted and invited, there's no status. There's no us and them. There's no gurus and little people. Everyone that comes is a peer, and we come together as peers. And if you're new to this, we leave as friends. So we're all friends already. But it's a way to deepen those friendships, Frank. I mean, we had guys, right? We had breakfast, lunch, and dinner together for 3 days straight. I'm not sure I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner with my wife for 3 days straight ever. It's like we're always jetting off to this, that, and the other thing. So I think it's about the friendships. I think it's about business development. I think it's about coming to get what you need when you need it, and then coming home with the monetization and the strategy and the tools. And then last thing, and what maybe you guys can just chat about this, I promise that was the last question, but I lied. The follow-up. So I can now pick up the phone and I can call Chris Price, right? Chris Price can now pick up the phone and call Robert Bradford. And, everybody is now on this friend level as well as a peer level and an expert level. So if you need help implementing some of the ideas that we talked about in Key West, all of us, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong here, guys, all of us are a phone call away from each other.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things, actually, it was one of the things Donna talked about as part of her 6 that she talked about is, every day do 2 things that, deepen your relationships. And this thing was just a great way to deepen relationships with some of the best people in the business.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, I've been involved in a lot of different events and business development events that are like this, but, when you go deeper and you really build some nice relationships, that's very powerful, not only from a standpoint of people that you can lean on, that you can learn from, that you can partner with, but also, some new friendships, and that's rewarding just in of itself.
Fantastic. All right, gentlemen, thank you for your time. This was fantastic. Cigar Peg Mastermind Key West 2017. We'll have like a parting words of wisdom from everyone. Mine are be there or be square. Robert?
I'd just say $20 is $20.
That's it.
My $20 really is $20. Yeah, let's close.
$20 is $20. Now, if you come, you will understand that reference. So there's the final payoff.